As we continue here on Box to Row, we're joined by a gentleman in his third season as the head football coach at Texas College. Let me tell you, you think about Texas College, and it hasn't gone well for a number of years, but right now it's going very well because Texas College, the Steers are 5-2 on the season, still in the hunt in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And Jarrail Jackson is the head football coach of the Steers. He joins us here on the program. What's going on, Coach Jackson?
Everything's good. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure because you look, and not only that, not only you're 5-2, you won 4 straight football games. Speak to how well your team is playing right now.
My guys, they bought into it. We got some older guys that kind of help the young guys out, like Terrell Hookfin and Dylan DeBose and Kendrick Lee. So my guys are playing well. They bought in what we got going on, and we got to continue to make progress. We tell them get 1% better every day, and that's what they've been doing. And week by week, we've been finding a way to win. They've been hanging in there, finding a way to win. So, my old saying is, we're just gonna roll the ball out and see what happens.
Yeah, the win over Oklahoma Panhandle State. Your thoughts in that 6-point victory?
Oh, it was very good win for us. Our guys buckled down and played hard. Overcame some things. Some coaches made. I made a bad call in that game. Try to almost put us in a bad situation. But my guys came through and they made progress. This team has been fighting. They've been taking. We got to cut down the penalties. Cut down the penalties and the turnovers, and we'll be pretty good. But we got a pretty good team, pretty good young team. Got 2 seniors on the team, Malachi Burrell and Terrell Hookfin. Those guys been here through it all, but a young team playing hard. It's exciting to see them play every Saturday.
What's the mood like? The mood around not only Texas College on campus, but around Tyler, Texas as a whole?
Right now, everybody's upbeat. The campus is vibrant. It's a fun campus to be around. It's always been a fun campus to be around. But right now, guys, take a little bit more ownership of what it is. We're in the community a lot, helping young kids out. So the people starting to embrace us. Now my first year here, my first 2 years, I could wear a TC shirt to Walmart and nobody knew where it was. Now I go to Walmart, they know who we are, and they really get behind the supporting us.
That's got to feel really good, right? Because this is a team, and you had given me an interesting stat before we came on. Maybe 14 wins in 16 seasons. But then when I looked at something, there were in the last, I don't know, since 2011, there were like 4 seasons. So it's got to feel good to have this program in a good place.
Yeah, it feels good. I always talk about when I took this job that this could be one of the best NAI schools in the country. Just got to continue to build and continue to have some things go our way. Continue to work with the administration and things like that. We bringing kids in. We got to keep them around and continue to build a program. But it's been good to see it take off from where it is now. My staff has done a tremendous job. Coach Bates, Coach Jones, Coach Cotton, who is my cousin's chief of staff. Those guys have done a tremendous job to keep the kids here and keep it going.
Jarrail Jackson in his third season as the head football coach at Texas College. He joins us here on Box to Row. What were the last 2 years like that? I'll just say this from an outsider perspective looking in. You look at it, and we keep up with every school in HBCU football, including Texas College. You say, oh, well, it's another 1-win season. What's going to happen? They're going to get the program turned around. But you're a winner. You come from a winning background. So how difficult were the previous 2 years?
It was very difficult because we sit there as coaches, we can see it. We was close here. We were close 1 or 2 games where if we make a throw here or make a read here, block a person here, block a person there, we win the game. But we just kind of buckled down, kind of got rid of all the riffraff we had around the team, guys that didn't fit this culture, brought in a young group of mixed guys from all over Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas. Those guys band together, and then us as coaches, we went to work. Coach Jones was on about being a savage life, making sure guys are playing, giving they all on the field. Coach Cotton was on the kids about making sure we discipline on the field, what we wear on the field, off the field. So we really got down to really had just the nails, the hammer on them about doing the right thing.
Between last year and this year, again, only 1 win last year. What do you see as the biggest difference within this program to get out to this now 5-2 start?
I think that we had a good core group that stayed on defense, and then with Jarrail Hookfin coming back, that was really a big deal. He went off and worked his tail off and got himself in shape. My son Jarrail Jackson was here. We got a game named Tyree Lewis. Now we call him CEO as a receiver. He came in. Those guys really bought in. These young guys came in, and these young guys came in and really took off, and they gel together, and it's a real fun group to be around. Us coaches became one as family, and we all was on the same page, and we knew we was close. We put the right pieces together, and it just took off.
Jarrail Jackson, the head football coach at Texas College, joins us here on the program. He's in his third season, and you mentioned him a couple of times because, again, studying this, I mean, I knew who Terrell Hookfin was or is. Going back a couple of years ago, he had well over 1,000 yards receiving. Then I look at the numbers, I guess, last year. Then he was your quarterback. Now he's back to the receiver. He's got stats in the kick return game. He's got stats in the rushing game. This is a guy that does it all. Speak to how special a player he is.
He's a great kid, special kid. Me and him went back and forth when I first got the job. He was at, I think he was at Southern. Wasn't really playing. So we back and forth on emails. I didn't open the email one time, and then next thing I know, I saw him in the camp. He showed up on campus with his transcript and everything ready to go. Ever since then, we've been tight and we bonded together. He'll do whatever you ask him to do, on and off. On and off. Last year, kind of had a little bit of setback. I think he kind of the quarterback situation was maybe a little bit too much for him, but he played to the high level, and now he's back playing at a high level. He throws the ball. He played defense for us year one. He got a pick, interception, pick six. So he does it all. He's a true athlete. A kid I think can play on Sundays and should have an opportunity to play on Sundays. A real good player. Starting to show a little bit more in the kick return. We asked him to do a little bit more for us this year. He was a little frustrated last week because they did a good job of bracketing him, taking him away, which they do. But we got some other guys on the outside to help him to help him get back to normal. But great kid, great kid. He does everything we ask him to do. Good. He's good on and off the field, also in the classroom.
Yeah, and so where is he from? Where's he from? What's his home?
He's from Louisiana. He's from where is he from? He's from Louisiana, right down the street. Great kid. He goes back home. We don't have no issues out of him. We actually have his little cousin here playing. His little cousin say he better than he is, so we'll see what happens.
That's pretty cool. Jarrail Jackson, the head football coach at Texas College, joining us for a couple of more moments here on the program. Talk about some of the other guys that have really made this team what it is. Again, you all off to the 5-2 start.
My offensive line, I gotta give those guys credit. Chris Hodges, Jaden Coker, Tony Salavea, Big Tony, we call him Big Tony. Those guys been good up front. Chris Hodges really stepped up being a leader for those guys at the O-line spot. And then out wide, the receiver spot, I got a guy by him, CEO. We call him CEO, Jalen. Those guys been good, making sure we do what we had to do on the outside. And then on defense, Kendrick Lee has been a real good player for us. He was a runner up to the freshman of the year last year, which the freshman of the year we had here, and he ended up going to SFA. And then Dylan DeBose, those guys have been real good leaders. And then Malachi Burrell, the only senior in the back end, he's playing well, playing lights out this year. So those guys really came in and have been a big part of it. We got some young guys who have really stepped up. My running backs in the backfield, Zarek and Jared, those guys have really been good in the backfield. We was a little worried about the running back spot because we didn't have an older kid. We kind of moved the older kid on, but those young guys really been good. Last week we rushed for 200 yards, which if you know in the air raid, that's kind of rare to rush for 200 yards just throwing the football. But we rushed for 200 yards last week, and those guys did a great job.
And then your thoughts on Texas Wesleyan, the next opponent for you all.
They're a really good football team. They're rolling at 8-0, 7-0, one of those good things. They beat people they scoring at 60 and 70 points a game. So for us, it's just go out there and do what we do. Just execute as well as possible and just roll the ball out and see what happens. We all we can do is control what we can control and go out there and play. If we play our best game and they play their best game, we'll see what happens. It'll be a good game. Like I said, they're a really good football team, so we just gotta go out and just do what we do. Don't be too high, don't be too low. Just play a game. I'll tell those guys, let's roll the ball out and see what happens.
And then last thought, and we appreciate the time. Speak a little bit about your background. You played college football at a very high level at Oklahoma. You have a myriad of coaching experiences, high school, junior college, Dartmouth. You were at Dartmouth, Davidson, and now to be the head football coach. How those experiences have helped you now at Texas College?
Oh, that's been they helped me a lot. Buddy Tevens gave me my first job. One of the legends who passed away this year. He was a real big mentor for me. Him and Mike Leach, those guys was two guys that I could pick up the phone and call and talk to them at any time. And then being blessed to have the opportunity to coach Coach Stoops when I went to the XFL was really, really a blessing. I played for him, and it was real good to be around him. And then I also had the opportunity to coach with Dan Mullen, one of the legends in coaching. Learned a lot from him. I was a real off the field guy then, but I still sat around and picked up some of his traits. And then just try to put them all together in what we do. I got a guy named Clarence James who he recruited me to Oklahoma, and it was times at Oklahoma he wanted to get rid of me, but he didn't. He kept me around. He brought me in the room one time and threatened to he had a plane ticket. It was a plane ticket back home to Houston, and he was like, "If you don't get right, I'm gonna send you back to Houston." So from that day on, I kind of got right and stuff like that. But being able, it's been a blessing to work with those guys, Coach Stoops, and Coach Stoops is really big help for me. Mike Leach, he passed away, but him and Buddy Tevens was guys I could just pick up the phone and call and talk to on a regular basis and kind of bounce things off of. Kevin Sumlin is a guy too, and Steve. It's a bunch of them that's been influential in my life. So just try to take everything I can from them and continue to win.
Good things are happening in Tyler, Texas. And of course, for Texas College, the Steers up next for the Steers, Texas Wesleyan this Saturday. Jarrail Jackson's in his third season as the head football coach of the Steers. He joins us here on Box to Row. Coach Jackson, I really appreciate you doing this. Continued success to you and the Steers.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Continue to call. Well, we appreciate all the love you guys giving, and we'll continue to get after it.